She doesn't want a man who chases. She wants a man who stands still, calm, confident, and unshaken. A man who knows his worth doesn't need to prove it. When you stop explaining yourself, when you stop begging for attention, that's when she feels your value. Because true strength doesn't shout. It's silent, grounded, and undeniable. She wants you more when you stop needing her validation and start living by your own code. In a world full of men desperate to be liked, to be seen, to be chosen, the high-value man walks differently. He moves with intention. He doesn't run after approval. He earns respect through discipline and presence. Most men think love is something to win, but a Stoic man understands you don't win love by chasing it. You attract it by embodying the kind of strength people can't ignore. When you control your emotions, when you master your desires, when you hold your ground, you become the kind of man a woman admires, not pities. That's the difference between attraction and obsession. Section 1: The Power of Detachment. A Stoic man practices detachment, not coldness. Detachment is strength. It's the art of caring deeply without losing yourself. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When a man learns to control his mind, he becomes unstoppable. He no longer reacts out of fear of losing someone. He acts from the calm understanding that nothing real is ever lost. When you stop being afraid of losing her, you suddenly become the man she fears losing. That's the paradox. She chases the man who doesn't chase. Because deep inside, every woman feels drawn to stability, not drama, to quiet confidence, not desperate energy. When you say less but mean more, when you give space but stay grounded, you become rare. And rarity is irresistible. Section 2: Why she tests you. She will test your strength, not because she wants to hurt you, but because she wants to feel that you're real. She'll pull away to see if you crumble. She'll provoke emotion to see if you stay calm. She'll challenge your patience to see if you're in control of your nature. And here's the truth. Every test is an invitation to show your discipline. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." When she tests you, life is testing you too. Will you lose control, or will you remain composed like the mountain that doesn't bend to the wind? You win her respect not by reacting, but by responding. You show your worth not by explaining it, but by living it. Section 3: Emotional Mastery. Most men let emotions rule them: anger, jealousy, insecurity. But Stoicism teaches us something higher. You don't suppress emotions. You govern them. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." You may love her deeply, but never let that love make you weak. Love should make you disciplined, not desperate. If you feel pain, let it sharpen your awareness. If you feel jealousy, let it remind you of your standards. If you feel rejection, let it awaken your purpose. Because the high-value man doesn't chase love. He builds a life that love naturally wants to be part of. When she sees your composure, when she feels your peace even in silence, she realizes you are different. And that difference draws her in stronger than any words ever could. Section 4: The Stoic Masculine Presence. Presence. That's the key. A man's energy speaks before his mouth ever opens. When you walk with purpose, when your eyes show focus, when your posture tells the world you know where you're going, you don't need to beg for love. You become love's destination. Remember, a Stoic man doesn't ask, "Does she like me?" He asks, "Am I living with virtue, discipline, and honor?" Because when you live like that, you automatically attract the right people and repel the wrong ones. Women don't want perfect men. They want anchored men, men who can weather storms, men who don't lose themselves in emotions, men who can stand tall when the world shakes. When you embody calm confidence, you trigger something primal. You remind her of protection, leadership, and peace. That's when attraction becomes devotion. Section 5: Control versus Freedom. 10:12. The moment you try to control her, you lose your power. The moment you control yourself, you gain everything. True power isn't about dominance. It's about discipline. It's not about forcing her to stay. It's about becoming so valuable that leaving you feels like losing peace. Freedom is magnetic, and the man who doesn't need to chase it becomes its source. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Stop trying to convince anyone of your worth. Live it. Walk in it. Let your silence carry the message your words never could. When you detach from outcome and focus on your path, the right people naturally follow. Section 6, Purpose above pleasure. Every Stoic man has a code, a higher mission that defines his actions. While others are distracted chasing affection, you must chase alignment with your values, your craft, your inner strength. A man driven by purpose is impossible to replace. He becomes the center of his own gravity. And that's when everything changes. She no longer sees you as an option. She sees you as a direction, because your purpose lights the path others want to walk beside. A man who chooses purpose over pleasure always wins in the long run. He may lose attention temporarily, but he gains respect eternally. So remember this. She wants you more when you stop trying to prove yourself. She feels your strength when you don't need her approval. She trusts you more when you stay calm under pressure. You don't need to say, "I'm high value." You simply live like it, and the world notices. Be the man who builds peace, not drama. Be the man who moves with purpose, not fear. Be the man who stays grounded, even when others lose control. Because when you master yourself, you master attraction. And when you no longer need her to want you, that's when she truly does. A man's worth is measured by the things he can let go of. Let go of fear. Let go of validation. Let go of control. And watch how everything that's meant for you starts to move closer.